Okay, we're back out here again on the uh, 97 Honda FourTrax 300. We've got the rear brakes taken care of. We got the master cylinder taken care of up here. And now we're ready to do the brakes and change out the cylinders and brake pads on the front. And hopefully we'll have rear and front brakes. And then we'll be able to start going back together with all the plastics and get this looking back like it's supposed to. Excuse me. Just don't want to put the rack back on until I have all this done. See, I've been driving it through the woods, through the briars, pushing down stuff, and been doing really good. Just the stop's just fine with the rear brakes, the speeds I'm going. So anyway, we'll get into this. I'll show you the little kit I bought to take care of it, and we'll get it all put together. All right, here we go. We'll get some of these vines out of here. Lots of vines in those woods. I find just pushing my way through. I need new vent lines. I don't smudge this in water, so not real important. Not doing that. We'll give it a good cleaning once we got it running good. All right, I think this guy's good. Got this banjo bolt. This hose comes around, ties into. Man, this sucker looks pretty rusty. Now we're gonna see if we can get it loose. Have to get a 5-point or 6-point socket. Come on now. There we go. It broke loose. I was wondering Yeah, that hose is just rotted all the way up. I'll have to buy thin hose. Alrighty. That little retainer washer thing, I guess, keeps that all in the correct position. It looks like that's wet. The hose is now taking loose. I go to push that, and I'm not getting anything pushing through. It means all these hoses need to be replaced. Son of a gun. Because obviously these hoses are swollen shut. There was good fluid there. Let's see how to take this thing apart now. Alright. Pull this curb pin. What tough getting that sucker out of there. See how hard this custom that's going to be off here. It shouldn't be too hard. They're not supposed to be that tight. This one's going to be tight. Goodness, but it came loose. These things are sealed. I don't want to be tearing up that. There we go. Just got to pull it right. Oof. It's pretty nasty looking inside there. At least we can get it cleaned up. At least get all that cleaned up. Don't really look like anything wrong with these pads. Some crusty down there. Now, shit. Oh no, that's. I think I got the right set. Yeah. We'll get it pulled apart, put it back together. Yeah, all that is crusty. Crusty. Alright, get that clip out. Well, this little choker out. Comes out pretty easy. Little pin comes in through the back, goes through here. Push that, collapse that a little bit, over the needle nose, turn it, comes right out. So, Not too bad. Do the same thing over here. There's probably a different way to do this, but with these tools I have, this is pretty easy. Little spring comes out at the top, little spring in the bottom. Pads. You don't look bad at all. And I'm going to clean all this up. Oh, adjuster down here. It's probably supposed to be free. It moves a little bit. There's a bolt right here. Bolt right over here you cannot get to. So you have to pull these bolts, get them out of the way. This hose assembly out of the way. Mosquitoes. That out of the way. That way we can get to these bolts. Sure. We get that. I'll pull this out. I don't know what's all in there, but we'll clean all that up. It'll be tough getting that sugar out. Surely I don't have to pull that whole thing off of there. I'm going to have to pull that whole spindle off just to get that off. That one is turning. It's hard to get on it, but it is turning. this sucker in here. Okay. All right, broke loose. I'll go good for a minute, then stop. All right, got that sucker out on that side. This side is really hard to get to. At least it comes out real easy. Just little turns at a time. I'm hitting the spindle all the way up. All right, let's see if we can. There we go. Now it's up. Okay. All right, that thing pretty nasty looking. I'm not saying that it didn't work. Man, vent tube is just rotten. You know, those probably clean up and look just fine. They even work just fine. But I got a new set. Yeah, I just bet you that thing was clogged up. That's probably where my problem is, because I should be able to push fluid through that. I'm full on fluid, and it's not pushing anything. Pull this. And do something I probably shouldn't be doing. Where did I set it? There we go. The hose that goes from here. The hose that goes from here to a hard line down to distribution block that goes to both sides. We want to break this sucker loose. Maybe. Yeah. This broke loose. Push this. Should be getting fluid out of there. Pull that loose there. Should squirt fluid out of there. That hose from here to here is obviously jammed. I do that. See, I squirt it out there. All right. Yeah. That should be squirting out down here. Yeah, that hose is shot. Let's see. Yeah, all them rubber hoses are shot. All the work I'm going to do on here ain't going to do me a whole lot of good. Ball joint is no good. Tie rod in. Yeah. All right, let's just clean this up. We'll pull those off. And pull this backing plate off here. Probably what I should have done to get them bolts out. We're going to learn stuff. We're going to move to the next side and we're look like a professional over there. Alright. Yeah. Comes off. So just a little bit of grease around that. It's all nasty. Clean that off. Clean up this adjuster. It just has these. I don't know. We might have to adjust them backwards. Bring them in. We'll put everything back together. Alright. I'll get this cleaned up. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, disappointed here. So, turns out these hoses are shot. They're swollen shut. There's no fixing them. I can't find replacement ones. I've looked on a few different places. online, they all say, they'll show the part, say unavailable. It's not, there are some universal ones. There's one for the 450. Look pretty similar. Instead of having a hard line here, it has a soft line that goes all the way up. Might be able to use that part and make it work. But bad part is it doesn't have this bend. Same shape here. Might not go back together the right way. So I think I'm going to put it back together and wait. I can go by the local Honda store and see if they have one or they got a suggestion what to do. So I may do that. And I'm not going to, that kit come with the new, let's see, new cylinder, new pads, the springs and everything. Put it all back together, a little over $100. I don't think that's a problem. I think it's all in these lines, and no reason to put those on if it's the lines that I can't get. If I can't get it, then that's wasted money because they're not going to do any different than these old ones. And I don't think there's really anything wrong with these. This old one cleaned up, the vent's gone. You can pull that bleeder out, clean it up, make sure it works. But there was clean fluid inside this. It was stuck inside there. So I'm going to call it good. Everything looks good on it. Doesn't look like it's been leaking. So we're going to stick that back in there and just put it back together. And man, kind of disappointing. I was hoping to get a good video out this week. Don't look like that's going to happen. Anyway, put it back together. Saw how easy it came apart. I have to clean that up. Hit it with some brake clean, clean all that stuff out of there. It's had some moisture build up in there. Clean up these pads, put them back together because they're not worn out. That's don't think even if I do get the new line, I don't really see any reason to put the new stuff on there because I thought it was cylinders. They're locked up. Don't look like it. Looks like it's the hoses. Oh, hopefully that'll help you check your hoses. Just pull that off. See if you squeeze there, get any fluid out. Don't be like me and waste your time. Anyway, we'll see what we can do with those. Not I'll run figure out some kind of lines to run on here. There are some universal kits. They just don't have this little bend, but we could force that. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. All right. Stay with me and we'll put it back together. All right, clean this up. All right. Like that. Through there. Get her. Definitely pull this backing plate off. Alrighty. They're exactly the same. They load on there pretty easy. That might be a little easier with it put on there, but it's not terrible. Probably also be easier if I wasn't trying to show y'all. Alright. Let's go ahead and at least put a couple of these on there. We're starting just one hand free. Make sure I get all the right ones. I think they're the same bolts, same length, same thread, everything, but I want to make sure I get the same ones in the same spots. Alright. If you are going to change yours out, it all goes back the same way. There, I was able to just shove it in and grab it. Alright, simple enough. It's all back together. So now I'll just thing we got back here. There like that. Was that secure? You got it backwards. Goes like that. Comes in from the back side here. Freaking mosquitoes drive me crazy. Helps if I go the right direction. Get that banjo nut, banjo bolt all the way in there. Get these tighten down. Alright. Finish putting these other two inside here. And that up inside here. So if I have it turned the right way, started. I would definitely pull this back and pull these four bolts, pull this backing off, pull the banjo off first, then pull these off. You may go ahead and pull these off to pop that loose. But man, pull that all apart, get it all cleaned up, and go back together with it. Alright. this joker back on here. Thing looks good. See if that clears us a little bit. There we go. All right. All right. Wasn't successful, but now we know what we really got to do. So anyway, don't just assume this that. Go ahead and kind of had suspect that it was these hoses, because these things are definitely shot. Yep, he is not going to let anything through there. Ain't no way. All right. Crap. So, anyway, we'll move on. Find out the next project. We'll stick the wheel back on there. Set this back in place so that not leaking out fluid up there. And we'll see if the Honda shop can do anything for us. All right. Stay tuned. All right. So, pretty big disappointment there. Finding out that it's those hoses, not the cylinders. And the fact that I can't find those cylinders. Or I can't find those hoses. Hopefully the dealership parts store has them. If not, we've got rear brakes, or we'll figure out some thing. Can't be that hard. There's bound to be some hoses that fit another four-wheeler that will allow us to use those. Like it looks like the 400 may have the same, just eliminates the hard line that's here and just goes all the way. If that's the case, maybe we just do that, convert it to that. Anyway, I'm not going to put $100 worth of parts into those brake cylinders and pads if I can't get the hose. If I can get the hose, they really didn't look bad. So it's hard to justify spending $100 there for something that's in that good shape. Just clean them all up and put them back together, and we'll move on. Anyway, hopefully y'all saw something here that might help you. Maybe you'll test it out first. Check those hoses first before you go and spend $100 on a kit that you don't need. Luckily, it's Amazon, easy to ship back. We'll be good. All right. So, we'll catch you next time. We're going to take off on this thing and go ride around. Love it.